I'm not telling you to be evil. I'm not telling you to go against your characters. Hear me out. The only thing I'm trying to get you to understand is that you need to embrace parts of the supervillain mentality. First things first, the villain is relatable. Villains tend to have way more in common with regular people, like the average person, than the superhero, because a lot of things had to happen and go wrong and upset the villain to the point of them becoming a villain. I know you've heard people being like, oh, that person just one accident away from becoming a supervillain. The reason why I'm telling you need to adapt this part of the mindset is because you need to be relatable to the people that you're trying to make music for. All right, people connect emotionally with people that they relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like whether you look alike, right? The same skin color, you got same hairstyle. Maybe you rock a hairstyle that they want to rock. Maybe you say things they wish that they could say out loud. Maybe you dress a certain way they want to dress. Maybe you could pull a type of girl that they want to pull. Maybe you could pull a type of dude they want to be able to pull. Maybe you live a life that they want to live. You need to be able to connect with them emotionally. What is the common ground? What is the person that you making music for going through? Like, are you making heartbreak music, right? So you want to go in depth, right, over like what you went through personally. Don't just say a bunch of random things. Tell your story. Connect with people. We're humans, you know what I'm saying? We're complex people, you know what I'm saying? We have these emotions. We want to be around other people we relate to. And the crazy thing that the supervillains tend to have that I need you to have is a unique brand or identity. Villains stand out. Villains are memorable. People go and talk and tell people about the villain. When you think of the Joker, you automatically think white face, messed up lipstick, whatever, the lips around the lips, right, the red. You think of the purple, you think of the green, you think of the hair, you think of the crazy laugh. That's part of the brand. When you go to Walmart, when you go to Target, you see all the normal, regular people. You don't say nothing about that. But if you see a person walk through, they're 6'8", like 220 or something, like they hoop in the NBA or something like that, you're gonna be like, yo, I seen somebody today. That motherfucker was tall as shit. Like he was 6'8". I don't know if he hooped or nothing like that. You're gonna go tell people about that. Or if you go to a farm and you see a lot of cows, you see the white and the black spots on the cows. But if you turn around and you see a orange cow, you're gonna be like, yo, that's an orange cow. And now you're going to want to know more about that orange cow. You're intrigued about the orange cow. So the artist needs to understand. It's like, how are you going to stand out amongst the other artists? You know what I'm saying? Are you rapping the same subject matter, same beat, same tempos, using the same mixing skills? How are you going to stand out? Are you going to switch up different beats? Are you going to dress different? Are you going to use different slang? What are you going to do to stand out? What is your brand? What is your unique identity? Because all of the supervillains, all of the villains in the movies, the comic books, everyone looks different. Everyone is unique. Everyone has their own thing. You, the artist, you need to have your own thing. Travis Scott has his own thing. Drake has his own thing. Future, own thing. Kendrick, own thing. Everyone makes music, but they all represent a different thing. They all rap differently. They all pick different type beats. They all mix differently. So with all that being said, how are you going to dress? How are your cover arts going to be? How are your song structures going to be? How is the subject matter in your songs going to be? How are you going to present yourself to the world? How are you going to be memorable? What's going to make you stand out? And the crazy thing is, you being different, you standing out, that's going to lead people down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out why you think the way you think, why you dress the way you dress, why you make the music you make, why do you mix your vocals the way that you mix, why do you do what you do? That's going to bring people in. That's going to make people either want to be fans of you or people want to hate you. But either way it goes, you make people feel something. And now you understand. It's like, okay, this is bringing in more people that like me than people that hate me. Maybe I have something going. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to see who you represent, who you're the voice of. You feel me? Like, that's what this is all about. One thing the villain does well in every story, every movie, they know how to get attention. They know how to make people respect them, make people see their point of view, whether they agree with it, whether they don't. You still got to be able to get people's attention. You got to get that engagement. But the crazy thing about it, the villain tends to speak for the marginalized people. A lot of artists don't understand how powerful it is to have people be interested in learning more about you, what makes you tick, because that's what creates a fan. You know what I'm saying? The music brings them in, right? Your cover art, your title, the way you dress, the way you present yourself, that brings them in. But it's like once you get them hooked, now they're going down the rabbit hole. They want to see interviews. They want to hear what you think about this. They want to hear what you think about that. They just want to be obsessed with you. You know what I'm saying? They're down for the cause at that point. The cause of being your fan. But if you made it to this part of the video, I appreciate you. And I want you to comment your artist name in the comment section below. Get you some free promo, all right? But off that, villains have creative freedom. And I want you to adapt that mindset, all right? Think about it on a smaller scale, all right? Plankton and the Krusty Krab. Plankton is the villain in this situation for this scenario, okay? Plankton is always trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula or Krabby Patty from the Krusty Krab, right? So, Plankton has to be creative, gets to be creative in how he tries to steal this formula. Will he ever be successful? Who knows? But he has creative freedom. It's not just one way of how he can try to do that. But when it comes to you, the artist, you have creative freedom on how you mix your vocals, how you record your vocals, the type of beats you select. You don't have to conform to what other artists do, right? Because you're not making music for them, right? Think of other artists as other superheroes, right? Other superheroes are not as popular as other ones. Some superheroes have better abilities than others. I know one of my superpowers is using autotune better than 99% of people. You know what I'm saying? I can use DAWs better than 99% of people. I can use like 12 of them. You know what I'm saying? I can create melody better than a lot of people. That's what I do. I lean into my strengths. I use my superpowers to my advantage. So you need to use your powers to your advantage. Like, use it. Be free, right? If you want to make country, infuse that with like EDM and some other shit, find a way to do that. If it works, it works. If it don't, go back to the drawing board. But you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do, right? Especially if you're trying to please other artists that have no type of motion, have no type of success. Stop doing that. Like, be free, right? You don't have to worry about the perfect mix and the master and the lufs, because it's like, what does that matter if you're not getting the streams in the first place? It's like, make what you want to make. See if people like it. If people like it, then you tweak it and refine it over and over and over. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? You have the freedom. Like, you don't have to worry about what user 7-444 says about your voice. You don't have to worry about the negative comments, because 9 times out of 10, those people don't have music out themselves and they quote unquote want to be artists just like you. Once I accept it, I'm going to be the villain in somebody's story. It is what it is. I'm in the story. They're going to go tell people they hate me. They're going to tell people I can't rap. They're going to tell people I can't mix. And guess what people going to do? They're going to be like, let me go see. And then when they go see, they might be like, bro, you tripped, man. This was, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't even care. Right? So, you know, stop trying to please other artists. You know, be the villain. Embrace some of this minds. Listen, embrace some of this mentality, because I want to see, listen, so embrace some of this mentality, because I want to see you win.